Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here just above 53 cents. But we're in the green once again for XRP. Remember the other day when the appeal news dropped? Everybody was running for the door, wanting to sell off their XRP. This is why I tell you, emotions have no place in crypto. You cannot have emotions as a crypto investor. Because right away, everybody wants to panic sell, and then you find out later the news wasn't as bad as you thought it was. This comes from Grape Drop. As of Friday, October 4th, 2024, it is interesting to see. These are the top traded cryptos with upticks per an Uphold report. Even with the SEC versus Ripple appeal this week, yet again, XRP is listed. And you see, it's number one, buying 85.76%, selling 17.14%. So more people are buying XRP than they are selling XRP. Then you see Bitcoin, Caspa, XLM, and XDC as well. It was nice to see 3 of the ISO cryptocurrencies there, and the 3Xs as well. Almost 60 million XRP coins were transferred to 3 different crypto trading platforms. Now, I don't know if this article is a hit piece or what, because they're saying that there's this increased selling pressure and this major sell-off happening with XRP. But I just showed you the Uphold report, so it contradicts that 100%. Sometimes when you read these articles, you gotta read through these articles, because usually at the end, they hit you with some sort of FUD or some sort of sales pitch for a different cryptocurrency. This comes from XRP Drops. Chris Larsen is where all threads come together. Before Ripple, Monica Long worked for Chris Larsen at Prosper. Now take notice what she says at the end of this clip. Take a listen.
People were at the company then. I think roughly 10. We should have asked, I should have consulted David before coming up here. I think it was roughly 10, mostly engineers. I knew Chris Larsen, who co-founded the company. He was CEO then. He's now our executive chairman of the board. I had worked for him when he was the CEO of Prosper years ago. Prosper was this really exciting, innovative, peer-to-peer lending platform. And so I really enjoyed my time working for Chris then, saw him as a real visionary, and also someone who had a real mission to democratize finance. That's a through line in his career. E-loan first in the 90s to bring mortgage lending online, and then Prosper, and then Ripple. So I was just catching up with him. It was just an innocent catch-up meeting, I think in August or something of 2013. But when he started to talk about what was happening with first Bitcoin and then the XRP ledger and what we were doing at Ripple, he was on fire. He was so excited about what the opportunities were, and it was more than just a business opportunity to him. It was like, this is going to be this is the most important invention in finance in more than 50 years. So I really bought into his excitement and his vision.
Take notice, Chris Larsen convinced both her and Brad Garlinghouse to embrace the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to upgrade the global financial system. Monica Long said this is the most important invention in finance in more than 50 years. The old invention was Swift. Swift is 50 plus years old. Ripple is going to upgrade it and then eventually, most likely, replace it over time. But Ripple's Chris Larsen is a member of the IMF High-Level Advisory Group on Finance and Technology. 19 members who are highly experienced experts and respected leaders in the field of finance and technology. And look at who else is on there. You see IMF, Christine Lagarde. You also see the Monetary Authority of Singapore, DTCC, BBVA, which is also working with Ripple as well, MIT. I mean, when you see Chris Larsen there, surrounded by these other members of the IMF high-level advisory group, it tells you the path that Ripple is on. You know, that's why the IMF looks at Ripple as the future. It looks at XRP as the future. What's going to change the entire financial system forever. Coinbase to delist non-compliant stablecoins in EU following implementation of MiCA guidelines. But it's not only Coinbase. Other exchanges, including Binance, Bitstamp, Kraken, OKX, and Uphold, have all delisted Euro Tether's EURT and USDT tokens since the MiCA guidelines began rolling out in June. Rules for stablecoins came into effect on June 30th. And this is going to be absolutely horrible once Tether really starts to dip. It's going to start in the EU, but it's going to spread out to every single country. Once it gets delisted in the United States because of the United States' new stablecoin laws, which are definitely coming short term, I would say they're going to be done by the end of this year. This could be a major black swan right inside of the bull run. It could happen with the bull run happening at the same time by the end of this year. Let's hope it's not as bad as we think it actually is. Brad Garlinghouse speaks to RLUSD being a factor to bring liquidity to the XRP ledger and the monumental fight with the SEC. Take a listen to this.
Two things come to mind, like big events. I'll save the bigger one for the second. But, you know, look, I think the stablecoin effort is a really important one. And I think Ripple has always taken the view that anything we can do that is good for the XRP ledger, we're going to lean into. Bringing liquidity to the XRP ledger is good for everyone in the community. And anytime I read it online or just somebody, you know, saying that Ripple somehow isn't committed to the XRP ledger, I just think that they totally are missing it. Like, we're 100% committed to the XRP ledger. We always will be. And we would only do a stable coin if we thought it was good for the XRP ledger. But I think that's going to be an exciting step around the RLUSD. Like the second one, which I'm sure Monica was letting me talk about, but, you know, getting sued by the U.S. government is not a fun experience. And I think it was pivotal for Ripple, but it was also pivotal for the crypto industry at large. And I think not just in the United States, but even globally. You know, we had sort of an opportunity to settle that without fighting the fight. We ended up deciding to fight the fight, and it was expensive. It was certainly stressful. I was actually, right before I got up here, I was reading on Twitter, and somebody on Twitter was commenting how much it looks like Brad has aged over the years. It's like, well, the government sues you, it stresses you out. Anyway, that was certainly an important step for the company, but an important step for crypto at large. And I think I'm proud of the fact that we stood up to what I think is kind of a U.S. government entity that's being a bully and still being a bully to other entities. So, yeah, thank you.
And that's what Brad's doing. They're standing up to the corrupt U.S. government. And along the way, they're helping the entire crypto community at the same time. But when I first started this clip, Brad talks about bringing liquidity to the XRP ledger. RLUSD is going to push the price of XRP. A lot of people will argue that. They're going to try to tell you RLUSD is going to replace XRP. Absolutely not. They are going to be working side by side. And in some cases, XRP is even going to be moving RLUSD. Breaking: BRICS and Japan adopting XRP regardless of the SEC appeal. You know, Japan is pushing ahead. And even the BRICS countries, there's Ripple rails in every single one of these countries. And that's why this SEC appeal doesn't matter at all. Because once XRP goes live on all these rails, that's it. It doesn't matter if this appeal is still going on. It doesn't matter if the Ripple versus SEC case has come to an end or not. XRP is going to skyrocket in price. Emi Washikawa of Ripple reveals that the SBI esports group are paying the athletes in XRP. One advantage of tokenization is that the recipient in the future will actually be able to choose the type of asset they want to receive, convert it instantly. I like what's going on with SBI. SBI is going to be absolutely game-changing to the price of XRP over time. We're going to see value, consistent value all throughout 2025 coming from SBI alone. And they have different ways of using XRP as well, like you see here. Paying esports, paying the athletes in XRP. It would be nice if Biden, Warren administration would start following the law. Now, we talked a lot about how the SEC is making up the rules along the way and how they're going outside of the law and cracking down on crypto. But it goes even deeper than that. It even goes with the FDIC. So the FDIC just did this a few months back on rules regarding passive ownership of some banks by large asset managers. It started with the FDIC approving a notice of proposed rulemaking, which on its face seemed unnewsworthy. However, the FDIC then sent letters out to asset managers requiring them to abide by many terms of the proposed rule almost immediately, even though it's only a proposal. In other words, never mind that the rule doesn't formally exist yet, we are going to act as though it does. And woe to those who don't obey our non-rule. So it's not just the SEC, it's the FDIC. Most likely, this is also happening at the IRS in some ways. Remember when they weren't supposed to audit certain income people, but they were auditing them anyway? The government is making up their own rules behind the scenes. The problem is people are actually enforcing these rules. We need somebody to come in and put an end to this. Things need to change, especially with the SEC, because if nothing changes with the SEC, we are going to see crypto crackdown after crypto crackdown, even going forward. Breaking news, dock workers' strike suspended. Tentative wage deal averts holiday supply crisis. You know, they did this right before the holidays too, because they knew that they were gonna get all their demands met. And now they're going to get 62% over time. And that's what they wanted. They wanted, the proposed increase was approximately 50% over 6 years, but it went to 62% instead. But you know, I even believe this happened at this specific time for a reason. I think now we're going to see a push for digital trade. We're going to see a push for more automation around trade. And a lot of these people are going to end up losing their job. Most likely not the guy who started all this. I'm sure he will still keep his cushy job and his $900,000 a year. But other people are going to end up losing their jobs because of this. Because now they see a need to fix this. And most likely this is definitely going to go into other groups. I mean, other workers around the world. Maybe next it'll be FedEx. Or maybe it'll be UPS again. We really don't know. But once somebody gives in, all of a sudden, everybody else is going to expect higher wages as well. And it's going to lead to more automation. Kind of got stuck there. I don't have a script. So sometimes I'm thinking right off the top of my head and trying to get my point across. So that's what happened there. But anyway, we are XRP investors. And it's nice to see XRP in the green again. And, you know, going forward, a lot of things are going to happen. Once that RLUSD stablecoin goes live, I think we're going to see a very quick uptick in the price of XRP. That's what I'm expecting next. And you know, the next couple of months are supposed to be very good for crypto. Let's see what happens. But until it all does happen, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.